Florence Villemino once
Catherine.
again with us for the press review. Hi there, Florence. You've been going through the world newspapers this Wednesday. Quite a few of them focusing on the plight of Pervez Musharraf, the former Pakistani president. Now, he's been formally indicted in connection with the assassination of Benazir Bhutto, opposition leader and former prime minister herself, back in 2007.
That's right. It's getting a lot of attention in the region, especially. If we look at Gulf News in their editorial, they call on the judges in this case to be very objective, and they say that there may be many people within Pakistan who might want to grind the axe on Musharraf for his alleged lapses in the past, but whether or not he's guilty, it's important for this trial to be organized in a democratic and unprejudiced manner. Now, The Guardian says that there are very few analysts who actually believe that there's any hard evidence that would link Musharraf to Benazir Bhutto's death, but there is, except for a recent UN report that said that he might have failed to make serious efforts to ensure her safety. But what's really important about this trial is that it's putting this general, who was once seen as being untouchable, well, it's putting him on trial.
Yeah, and his return from London to Pakistan clearly not gone as he'd hoped, as he's in these embroiled in these serious legal cases. Okay, the Pakistani press you've also got for us, they're focusing on the trial as well as the investigation into Benazir Bhutto's death.
That's right. This is in Dawn, a Pakistani paper, and it comes back on these comments that the outgoing Army Chief General Kayani, he made that's really muddied the waters about who was really behind her assassination. Now, he told this UN investigator who's leading this probe into her assassination, he said that he actually doubted that the Pakistani Taliban had killed her, and he didn't discount suspicions that the Secret Service, the ISI, might have been involved as well. Now, this investigator, Geraldo Munoz, has concluded, well, perhaps just about everybody participated in this murder, and he believes that the case may well remain unresolved because of what he calls an absence of capacity and willingness to really investigate further.
Yeah, and it's clearly very complicated as well. Right, unrest in Egypt has been dominating a lot of the newspaper coverage for the last, well, few weeks now, continuing to get a lot of attention in the international press, especially there's criticism of the US reaction.
That's right. Let's take a look at the Daily Beast. This was a piece written by Josh Rogan. Now, he reports exclusively that the Obama administration has secretly suspended its military aid to Egypt, but the U.S. has decided not to publicly call this military takeover a coup. Now, this is an ambiguous position on the part of the U.S. that's drawn a lot of criticism. It's seen as being very weak and hypocritical, and there's a cartoon in the International Herald Tribune today by Shapat that really sums this up quite well. You see General Sisi telling Obama, show restraint or I'll stop taking your money.
And we should just point out that the White House, their spokesman has reacted to that report in the Daily Beast saying that the U.S. has secretly suspended aid. They've said that is not the case. So that article causing a lot of waves clearly. Moving on, the Wall Street Journal takes a look at measures North Korea is taking to crack down on defectors.
That's right. Now, more than 25,000 North Koreans have defected either to South Korea or other countries in the region since the Korean War ceasefire in 1953, and a growing number of them are very vocal, and according to the Wall Street Journal, Pyongyang sees this as a real threat to the regime and the leadership, and so it's taking real efforts to try to crack down on these defectors. Now, that includes, putting more guards on the border and security cameras, also trying to have, having propaganda efforts to lure people back into North Korea, or sometimes even crossing the border and kidnapping and bringing them back into the country. And this seems to be having an effect. According to this article, the last year, North Koreans arriving in the south fell by 44%.
Which is a huge drop there.
Huge drop, yeah. Absolutely. Now, as I was saying, a lot of these defectors are very vocal, and in fact, Tuesday, a UN panel in Seoul, there were several of these defectors who were on this panel, and you can see one of them here is 31-year-old Shin Dog-hyuk, now, he was actually born in a labor camp in North Korea, and he managed to escape in 2005. Now, what this panel is trying to do is really investigate systematically these allegations that North Korea has labor camps where an estimated 80,000 to 120,000 people are in these labor camps, and really what these witnesses of these camps are saying is really horrifying. Some of the details, for instance, they talk about a mother being made to kill her her own baby, children being made to eat live rats, etc., just torture, executions, etc. Now, it's important to note that the North does deny that these camps exist and says that it has no trouble with human rights.
Okay, very horrific details, very interesting reports there on North Korea. I'm afraid that's all we have time for. Thanks very much, though, Florence Villeneuve there with our International Press Review. Stay tuned to France 24. The international news continues on Live from Paris.